request all of you who are outside the room to please come inside the room so that we can start the presentation. So you have 30 seconds for that. Please be seated. We are about to start the grand show. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together, and I, Shruti Pandit, welcome you all to Indian Leadership Conclave 7th edition. Let's start the conclave with a huge round of applause. Can we applaud a little louder? A little more louder? Let's keep the same energy going throughout the conclave. Indian Leadership Conclave is the largest gathering of Asia's most influential leaders in one single platform, and ILC Power Brand Awards, the most prestigious set of awards conferred to the successful persons and companies through a comprehensive selection process and guided by an eminent panel of jury backed by the rich editorial resources of Network 7 Media Group. Started in the year 2009, Indian Leadership Conclave has been successful in hosting the leadership events in Delhi, Bangalore, Hyderabad, and Mumbai, and has entered the list of the most impactful and credible annual affair in Asia, and is currently in the 7th edition to be hosted in Mumbai today. Known for path-breaking initiatives, India Leadership Conclave is an eagerly awaited leadership award titles in different categories. The conclave is widely acclaimed by the top Fortune 500 companies. And chairman of the conclave is Satya Brahma, who has been instrumental in getting all of us together under this one roof. So let's applaud for him. Indian Leadership Conclave aims to catalyze new debates and discussions, throw up creative ideas, and discover pathways that will hopefully shape the progress of not just India and Asia, but of all who are invested in and engaged in Asia and with India. You know, 72% of Indians live in villages today, and their collective voice is clamoring for just one thing, and that is reforms. Though many memorandums have been signed and our government is doing so much, but now is the time for action and implementation. And today, as we gear into the conference and as I start the conference, I would just like to add my 2 cents, and I want to mention about our Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, who have shown a new thought process and direction for India. It's been 2 years since he first stepped into his office, but what is credible is that in such a less time, he has become the first Prime Minister in our nation's history who has visited so many nations in the attempt to get foreign investment in India. He thinks big and he inspires us to think big. We can see the change in the perception of the world towards India now. Because of our Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi's efforts, whole world now wants to invest in India. He thinks for farmers, for poor people, and for youth of India. He has been pivotal in communicating India youth's thought to outside world. But let me remind you, he didn't stop there. He went the extra mile and thought about minority as well. He didn't leave any stone unturned to propagate peace and humanity, and it reflects in his involvement in even making Sufi conference a success. So he has led a foundation for the progressive India, and enthusiasm and excitement is quite evident in the form of positive results. The list of areas where PM has shown interest is endless, and you know, if I go on and on, it would be whole night. So let's begin the conference. Let's kickstart the conference. For the kickstarting the conference, let's call upon the chairman of the conclave. But before calling him upon, let me give a small intro about him. He is the founder, chairman, and editorial head of illustrious Network 7 Media Group, having its wide portfolio in mainstream media in the form of current affairs, news magazines, specialized, and much widely acclaimed global meeting events, healthcare communications, and digital media. This person is the most caring person whom I came across. In the form, he cares so much about India, and he is an intellectual guy. He really wants to bring a change in India, and he has single-handedly conceptualized, innovated, and formatted the much-awaited annual event for the corporate world, Indian Leadership Conclave and Indian Affairs Business Leadership Awards in 2009. And that's not it. Parallelly, he is also taking care of other events such as Jai Mumbai, which is conducted in the memory of 26/11 tragedy. He is a management guru. He is an author. He is a firebrand speaker. He is a transformational leader and a much sought after speaker in national and international platforms on wide-ranging topics. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Satya Brahma. A little louder.
He is India's most fearless and independent journalist. He leads a team of experienced independent journalists and editors with a central mission to hold the most powerful governmental and corporate factions accountable. He has a proven track record of breaking boundaries, taking risks, and producing innovative, rigorous journalism. He is often criticized for being so direct and straightforward. He is Satya Brahma, the founder, chairman, and editor-in-chief of Network 7 Media Group. India is an unusual country, an inspiring democracy, a depressing reality, a celebration of mind-boggling diversity. It is an ongoing saga of unparalleled migrations. Migration millions from illiteracy to literacy, from ancient to modern technology, from malnutrition to good health. For the multitudes, every day is a trek to modernity. Clean toilets, drinking water, a roof over their heads, employment, access to modern medicine, road transport, railways, aircraft, courts, and modern laws. Authoritarian and dictatorial regimes throughout the history of independent India have exercised strict control of the media and a high disregard for freedom of information, and for these systems, a journalist is an uncomfortable individual or a commodity who must be tamed, silenced, or eliminated. Since inception, Satya endorsed and practiced editorial sovereignty and demonstrated the greatest example of fearless journalism in a free, fair, and independent ways, and has refused to budge against tremendous pressures from time to time from the ruling establishments. The team Satya Brahma work relentlessly to reveal the true story of the real India and will continue its battle to showcase the reality relating to the scam misgovernance, corruption, and nepotism. With a billion plus population, we are the youngest country with 65% of our population below the age of 35 years. We are the world's largest democracy and we have a huge domestic market to feed. No country has such an opportunity as India to create jobs with so much of human capital and abundant natural resources. India needs to fulfill the aspirations of its youth, create jobs, and bring them to the mainstream. Satya feels that the time to change has begun. Let's do it. Yes, let's do it. And yes, it indeed is Advantage India. It is now or never. Satya says, we can make it happen.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for going through the short journey which I have undertaken since last 13 to 14 years. And Shruti, thank you very much for your kind words. I take this opportunity on behalf of the Network 7 Media Group to welcome you on this very historic 7th Annual India Leadership Conclave and Indian Affairs Business Leadership Awards 2016. But let me tell you, when I conceived this India Leadership Conclave in the year 2010, that was the time when UPA regime was in force, full force. A lot of things were happening on that side, but India was not coming to know actually. That is the time when I thought that economy should be the core issue. Then that time I put the theme as, will Indian resilient economy bounce back? So now we are in 1st of July 2016. The UPA government has gone. Narendra Modi's government has come to power. It has been 2 years now. I will speak to you about what is the pros and cons of the Narendra Modi's government after some time. But let me start with telling you that the theme of the conclave which I have conceived, I have consulted with top intellectuals of the country. I was a little bit pessimist when I thought that can we really bring a change in the society through empowerment and through the collective responsibility. 2 years of Narendra Modi's government has passed. We have seen some qualitative change in the approach of the government. We have also seen the message loud and clear in the global map, the way he has ventured into. Something which comes to my mind, and I'm an optimist, I can tell you with a full sense of responsibility. When RBI Governor Raghu Rajam had to go on an advice of a mere parliament choreographed by RSS, there was no coordination between the finance ministry and the Prime Minister's office. A very able transformational economist had to go. This is the most vast period India could ever see. I wanted the Prime Minister to open his mind the way the news broke. Not in a private conversation with a news channel, telling that it was an unjust way of defaming someone whose integrity and nationality is beyond doubt. The point to make is very clear now. We have a nation where the youth actually forms the bigger chunk of the population. Our GDP, people are saying the statistics are very big in numbers. 7.5%, we have done that and we have done this actually. But can you tell me, when you go to the rural villages, Mayank is here today, he has been working closely with the farmers. Are you seeing the real smiles on the face of the farmers? Are you seeing the livelihood of the person of more than 76 of the Indian population? And I'm very spot on when I say this actually. Myself, I have traveled across the country and I've seen the pulse of the people. They don't have hospital facilities. The moment they pass out the exams from their own natives of the states, they don't intend to stay there because there are no opportunities at all. Because we're speaking about smart cities. Let's speak about smart cities. It's a big concept. Let's do it actually. We must follow Germany. We must follow China. We must follow United States. But can we do that at the cost of an average man, an Aam Aadmi? Aam Aadmi doesn't mean Arvind Kejriwal. There are something aspect I'll also reveal actually thereafter. I can tell you that the Aam Aadmi of India are earning less than $1 per day. This is so painful and this is so devastating actually. In a nation of 1.28 billion people, the real stakeholders should have been with the lives with the rural India. But this is not happening at all actually. We have signed more than 2,75,000 MOUs. Investments are coming in big way. We are making our presence felt abroad in a big way actually. We have convinced the world that it is India that we have invented yoga. We are not saying that also. We are saying that the traditional values of India must be reflected in our principles. And 192 nations actually stood by it. This is a remarkable achievement, I must tell you. But let us also look at the broader picture actually. The broad picture is very simple. We have inherited a government that took the nation 20 years back actually. Dr. Manmohan Singh, the architect of Indian economy in 1991, that was the time when the real Indian economy got exposed. And we were open to the globalization. We also looked at the world in a different way. We came out of the protectionist economy. The liberalized economy became the day of the day. But it continued till days, till months, until years. Today in 2016, there are a lot of announcements have been made. We are going in a bigger way. We are talking about the roadways. We are talking about the power sector. We are talking about the easing of business, but that is not happening. Easing of business is not at all happening actually. I was there with FICCI with few industries coming from the BRIC nations. They told, we are excited. We want to do everything over here now. India is the place where we want to invest. But have they settled the land bill? They have not done it. If someone wants to establish a factory or a manufacturing, they will have to face a lot of difficulties in finding the place and getting it passed through the various draconian rules actually. And there will be a lot of politics involved in it actually. There are different chief ministers of different states. They will have their own words actually speaking. It is actually ironical and disappointing that since you are in opposition, that always you have to oppose the government. It's not the fact. I'll give you one example here. It's a very good example where you should know actually. The Delhi government led by Arvind Kejriwal was doing a lot of activities. He was in fact doing very good work. In fact, he's doing also good work. But he's being suppressed. When Prime Minister went abroad to build a consensus for a seat in NSG, that didn't materialize. He told, sir, why did you fail? You've done so much actually. Can you tell me the reason? But he had no answer. Similarly, we must give prudence, we must give initiative, we must give that much of credibility to the person who is doing it. The point is very clear now. We must be united in our approach. We must be taking collective responsibility. We must also think of the inner sense actually. We should not be swayed by what people are saying. We should not look at statistics. We should not look at what the people are saying about it on the different aspects of the country. People are talking about tolerance debate. People are talking about various aspects of religions. We are thinking of something where a new world order is coming out. But this is the time we must think that If at all you have to bring out a change, that all the states of India will have to work in cohesion with the central government. If the central government is making a mission, all the state governments should come forward and accept it actually. If they have any issues to raise, they must address it actually, but not to carve it and put it in the dustbin. That is not going to happen actually. And this is actually a very bad trend in India. Coming to the governance aspect actually, we have been doing very well actually. But the sectors like infrastructure, the sectors like manufacturing, these are the very crucial aspects which actually generates the large number of employment actually. As I told in my previous lines that youth are the one who will be going to form India's new vision in the days to come. But if you have to empower them, we must also look at them actually. We must listen to them. We must think about them actually. We must think that these are the people who will be the voice of India actually. And we should not tell them that if you're saying something against the government, you put them into dust and you say them something which they don't like it. This is very bad actually. Globally actually, India is emerged as a very big superpower actually. And in fact, I can tell you with a lot of confidence and a sense of responsibility, in the year 2018 or 19, India is going to surpass China. There is no doubt about it. But if its internal structures are not clear, if its inherent policies are not clear, if there is no consensus, if you don't play politics, and if you don't play politics with religion, with caste, and if you concentrate on the vote bank politics and only listen to the coterie who are around us, India is not going to improve, and it will actually be going to the downwards. What UPA government was doing, scams after scams happened actually. If somebody is doing wrong, if your chief minister is doing wrong, you must tell him that this is not going to be tolerated. But if you want to give a feeling that if you sack someone, then the message will be louder by the opposition. But similarly, you attacked also the previous Congress government also. I can tell you that Congress government is finished. Congress regime is fully finished now. Narendra Modi came to power for 2014, but he thought about actually 15 years actually. That is why when you speak, Prime Minister speaks that in 2013 I'm going to see that. This means he's prepared that 2019 is going to be there, and also in 2014 he's also going there. So 2013 is going to be there. That is what he's going to point. But if he's going to be there, let us address the core issues and bring into the consensus. And this is a time where India actually is going through a transition. This is the most exciting phase of the Indian democracy. This is the beauty of democracy, that various dissenting voices coming together and giving prudence to the voice, that could really open up the Indian economy, that could open up actually the social cohesion, that could bring the people together rather than talking about the caste politics and the regional politics and the petty politics actually. We must address these core issues to be the voice of the world and tell them that we are united and be the catalyst of the change. And I think we can do it. And we will do it with the support of the millions of Indians who listen to the people, and with the partners of the state government and the central government. Finally, we cannot prosper as a nation unless the youth are empowered actually. Today actually we are discussing about something which is very interesting, digital India's empowerment actually. This is the time where the India is coming out in a big way. The digital India space needs to be encouraged in a big way. So we have quite panel discussions lined up for the day, and you are going to witness in the next 3 to 4 hours the top discussion from the speakers of India Leadership Conclave. With this, I conclude my opening address, and thank you very much. Thank you.
Wow, what a fiery speech. Let's applaud for Satya Brahma, who set the stage on fire with the impactful speech. Can we applaud a little louder? Yes, that's the spirit. Let's keep it going. Next in line, we have an address on nation building through rural transformation. And I want to, at this forum raise, it's my humble request to Prime Minister that, there are many things that our Prime Minister has done in case of women security or law and order and financial inclusion of people. But there are two issues, if I ever have to say. Those would be medical facilities and education. I still believe that medical facilities and education are still out of reach from poor people. Poor people are not able to avail the medical facilities because costs are too high. And same applies for education. You know, we are losing on so much talent. There are so many engineers, future engineers, doctors, and scientists who would be there. But due to lack of funds, I think the education is stopped. And there is a big gap out there. So if Prime Minister can look into these issues, nobody can stop us from becoming #1 nation in the world. So the next speaker is a social activist from India. He was previously a member of the core committee in the India Against Corruption movement and a national executive member of the Aam Aadmi Party. He is an engineer and also completed his management from Mumbai. He has a long-standing activism experience. He was once secretary of remaking of Mumbai Federation, ROMF, and continues as an independent consultant for strategic planning of infrastructure projects. He was a member of the advisory group of the Council on Tall Buildings and Urban Habitat between 2007 and 2013 and has been officially representing India in that organization since 2010. He was involved with Lok Satta and to the movement for around 2 years from 2005 and 2006. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mayank Gandhi, who will speak on nation building through rural transformation. Nation building through rural transformation, Mayank Gandhi.
Mayank, welcome to the show on India Leadership Conclave. You have been part of the India Leadership Conclave for many years. That was the time when Aam Aadmi Party was the chief of Aam Aadmi Party. Today you are addressing the nation on the aspects of rural India with a focus on transformational leadership. Can you please tell me that why did you leave Aam Aadmi Party? And you have cheated Aam Aadmi Party by joining them. You were the face of 2011 India Against Corruption. I think people will tell you that you are opportunistic actually. Why did you leave Aam Aadmi Party?
No, I confess that I'm unable to be a politician. I tried to be a politician, but the pulls, the pressures, the politics, the pettiness that happens in politics, I thought I'll be able to work for some time. I did a lot of things, but I felt that I was unable to continue because politics demands a lot of things that I was not comfortable doing. And I could not keep on working when I was not comfortable. I would not have done justice. So I felt it would be nice if I quit politics and allow somebody else to come and do that work. So it is my inability to handle the kind of thing that happens in politics, in Indian politics. While we were a reasonably clean party, a reasonably principled party compared to the others, but still there was so much happening within the party and the kind of compromises that were made by our party on the basic principles which we started. I felt that I had not come here to become a politician. I had come to put my life, to give up my life for certain principles. When I saw those principles were being compromised, I felt there was no logic in continuing in politics. I might as well go and do something better.
I get a sense that you are getting feelers from Devendra Fadnavis that you are going to join BJP. Can you please make us clear that are you joining BJP or any other political party?
My problem is that I am not able to handle politics. And BJP politics is more vicious than AAP politics. And I'm sure Congress politics is more vicious than them. I just don't want any part of politics. And being part of BJP is just out of the question.
Supposing tomorrow morning you get a call from Arvind Kejriwal that please come to the party, I'll give you full power. And I will not tell anything, whatever you speak, whether you are a national executive member or not.
No, it
you
is
have
not,
full responsibility.
It is not
you build Maharashtra. You also take over Goa also.
No, I was in charge of Maharashtra when I quit. So it was not as if he is going to give me something which I did not have.
Can you tell me why did you actually leave? I know you couldn't digest politics.
See, a couple of things. I might have to go a little longer on this.
Please, yeah.
Once we had resigned in Delhi, and then Narendra Modi came to power, there was a feeling within the party that we must join hands with Congress and form the government immediately in Delhi. So some of us felt that was the wrong move to do because we did not like to, we came against corruption and Congress was representing corruption at that time. And we did not feel that we should compromise and join hands with Congress. We did make an overture to Congress, let's join hands and form a government. But I was not of the opinion that we should do that. And I think In some way, Yogendra Yadav, Prashant Bhushan, all of them were upset with this thought process within the party to join Congress. It was an opportunistic view.
Are you joining with Swaraj Abhijan with?
No. I have no interest in joining any
Are you in
group.
touch with Prashant Bhushan as well as Yogendra?
I am
Yadav?
in touch with everyone, but does not make me go and join them. I don't think there is a future for Swaraj Abhiyan. And
how
not that
can
I
it-
have any interest in
But how
joining
can a
it.
change society?